We are twinning today.
There's something about putting on a robe that just makes you want to take a nap.
Yes, it does. Or have a cup of coffee and sit and watch Saturday Morning
TV.
with Callie and Alyce. And that's
right.
what you're doing right now. We're so glad to have you with us. And we have a great hour planned.
We do.
Because we're going to take care of the gardeners, watering the garden.
We're going to cook a lot in the kitchen.
I have the Best Buy on a cast iron pan. That is nonstick.
That is nonstick.
I know, it's crazy.
It's like awesome.
Fabulous.
I'm gonna be outside. It's a little steamy, so bear with me. I might get a little sweaty. But we have to talk about things that are practical about, gardening. I know a lot of us have received our, plants that we've ordered from Leaf and Petal here at HSN. I ordered the roses. I ordered the gardenia tree.
I did the same. I ordered the lavender.
Oh, that's right, you did. So we've got the Bionic hoses coming up. Your choice of lengths, 50, 75, or 100 feet. And I mean, these are hoses that you cannot destroy. Literally, they're indestructible.
And I think we just got the 100 and the 75 foot back in stock. Yeah. So we have we have all three in stock now, just back in stock.
I say go big.
Well, the 100 is always the best seller, I know,
I hate having to go back to, never mind.
I know.
Okay, and then we're gonna be outside helping you to maintain the temperature of your inside of your vehicle with the Solar Guard coming up next.
And you should put on your cozy robe, which we're gonna talk about in just a minute, and curl up and watch your new big screen TV.
This thing is so beautiful.
It's really not a dream, it's a fantasy, isn't it?
It's
I mean, did you ever think?
I've seen us do.
Did you ever think you could afford, something like an 85-inch television? Because you can do it using Flex or using our HSN credit card. Unbelievable value on this. Best value anywhere because we have doubled the warranty. Now it's a 2-year warranty. We're giving $50 on Vudu to be able to download some great content. And let me tell you what, this is their newest, their latest, their greatest. It is the most
in April.
Beautiful.
I think that 85, which is the dream size, then we have like 3 dozen.
Yeah, how many do we have left now?
3 dozen, I think, in the
85 inch?
85. So obviously, great choice because today,
Rob, can you give us an update on that? 85 inch?
These are pretty. Oh, yeah. 40.
Okay.
40. All right, so that's what we've got coming up in this hour. Oh, and pricing expires on our sale Dyson Animal at midnight tonight. $100 savings with the free shipping. So that's something I want to share with you too. But let's spend a minute talking about these robes.
Okay, let's do it. Come on over here because we have the most cozy robes. And it's like I think I said last hour, some people are talking about you have to get out of your day pajamas into your night pajamas by 6. I mean, why get out at all when you could just be so soft and so cozy in these robes? We have a choice. This one is gonna be your full length. I love
this one.
Me too, with the pom-poms.
I know.
You had me the pom-poms.
It's a pullover style with the little kangaroo pocket, but it is so cozy.
I know, this is $19.95, okay? So it's a clearance sale. And then we also have the ones that Callie and I am wearing, which are great because they're just so versatile. You can just throw them on and then just, go grab the mail, whatever you want to do with a little pair of leggings or something on. And it's got pockets, it's got buttons, and it's even got a little hood in the back too.
So we're gonna show you 2 different styles. The one that's under a $20 bill is the long one with the pom-poms. And this one is, they're so soft. Yeah. And I love too, I had this on to start the show and I didn't want to take it off. We'll go through colors and we'll tell you about the shorter robe as well. Let's see, we've got this in the long robe. We have, wrong card.
This should be
teal. We also have,
this is the buffalo check,
is the
which
bestseller.
I just think that's so cute.
This one is the taupe.
Plum. The plum is so pretty.
Navy. So this is 50 inches in the length. These are machine wash, tumble dry, and they're dual size. So it's extra small, small, medium, large, extra large 1X, and then the 2 or the 3X. They're all available. What an awesome gift. And even if it's something you put away on a shelf for holiday gift giving down the road, it's 20 bucks. It's almost half price today.
It is. It's a great value. 3 flex payments on it. And truly when we're home and you really just, it's hard to get motivated, to really think about, do I really need to put on pants and a top and coordinate all this? I really just want to be soft and cozy, and especially with my COVID-10 that I'm wearing.
You are not. You're doing good.
Yeah, believe me.
Have you stepped on a scale?
I'm not doing that yet.
I did. It's not quite as bad as I thought. But you know what? In the meantime, I'm still going to just let it all Hate to say hang
you know
out,
what?
but
Sometimes you have to self-indulge. This is kind of that time.
absolutely. Whether it's the first thing in the morning, you're hanging out watching TV or reading a good book or helping the kids do their thing, the pom-poms are just adorable. Alyce fell in love with the pom-poms, and I fell in love with the neckline on this one. It's just so cozy and cuddly. Navy, I'm told, is gonna be the first to sell out. Again, we'll show you the color choices. We've got the taupe, we've got the teal, we've got the navy, we've got that plum, and buffalo check is the one that always sells out first. So we have very few of these. But this one is available at under a $20 bill. And then if you like something a little shorter, we've got 3 colors left in this softer, shorter rather, soft and cozy robe with full pockets and of course the great hood.
I know. I like this because it's just so versatile. You know, I can just throw it over something. Maybe you're just chilly in the house or, you know, it's a cold morning. Then you can just like put it on and you don't have to make the full-on commitment, you know?
Exactly.
So it's just kind of nice if you're watching, maybe you're watching TV on your brand new fabulous TV, you know, that you just ordered from us, our Today Special. And you just want to be cozy. This is the way to do it.
The
Just
truth is,
curl up.
you don't have to put anything on underneath this if you don't want to. Straight out of the shower, the bath, look, it buttons all the way up, all the way to the top and to the bottom. Length on this one is nice because well, I'm 5'9". What are you?
And I'm not.
She wears gigantic heels.
She wears flat shoes, I wear gigantic heels. Just trying to even up the odds here.
It's never good.
I'm about 5'4".
Okay, good. 34.5 inches is the length on this one, so it drops right at the mid of the thigh.
But see, for me, it's really at my knee.
We crack each other up.
There are some advantages to being vertically challenged. I'm okay with that.
So Alyce and I I've got the next week off, and we've been on the boat for the last couple of days, and these are the moments where it's like, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you obviously need to put something on to come out and have a cup of coffee or go sit and watch the sunrise or whatever the case may be. Now these are a little bit, you know, they're light, but they're really soft and furry.
Yeah.
So even come cold weather in the fall, you're gonna really love the snuggle factor on these.
But buy it when it's on sale, $22.08. We have 3 flex payments on it. The color you're looking at right there is the periwinkle. That's so pretty. We have final 700 now in the periwinkle. I have it on in that silver gray color. And then-
We have it in black.
I like it in the black too.
I love the black, actually. You know, I just realized these are also half price.
Yeah.
It's a time to really think about, you know what, your comfort level. It's interesting during these days of the COVID-19 situation, how just loungewear has been at the top of everybody's must-have list. And this is a chance to get something that, again, I love my little bottoms, my little lounge pants, but it does remind you that, oh, maybe you have been eating a little bit too much. There's so much
just
room.
like putting on something I can relax in. And this is the definition of cocoon wear, okay? This is the new state of cocoon wear. If you're cocooning like all of us are, this is the perfect way for you to just get in and go, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's on, what am I binge watching tonight, you know?
What should I have, white or red wine tonight?
Or a little of both. I mean, you know, sometimes choices are just too hard.
Choices. All right, so this is just the beginning of hour number 2. Welcome to HSN, happy Saturday to you. I know Alyce is gonna make her way to the kitchen.
You bet I am, because I have a cast iron pan, it's nonstick. You know, hold the presses, is that crazy?
I love that piece, and then the Arctic hats.
I can have great way to keep you nice and cool.
Nice and cool during the hot days.
And it's nice because you can do the cap or you can do a wide brim. So I'm gonna head to the kitchen.
Cool.
And
I'm gonna go cool down before I go outside and heat back up.
That's right.
Got the Bionic
So let
hoses
us give you a
coming up.
little peek at what I'm gonna be presenting, okay? Because this is the cast iron pan, and I'm telling you, this is a cast iron pan unlike any you've ever seen. 10 inches from Kitchen HQ. It's beautiful, okay? We all love our cast iron. Why do we love it? High performance, right? It really heats up. It's generational because, I don't know about you, but I have cast iron pans from my grandmother that I still have. But you know, I don't use them anymore because mostly they've got a little orange tint maybe, you have to season them. These are non-stick pans, non-stick cast iron. Mark Gill brings us the grill pans, and it's so much fun, Mark, because I was even talking last night, I was talking about your incredible backyard grill setup back there, unbelievable, and we are able to get a little peek at that right now. And what have you cooked up this morning on those cast iron pans?
Well, I got to tell you, welcome back, Outback. We love having you guys here. And I got to tell you something. The non-stick on our cast iron pans is the real deal. Let me take the sausages out of here just like this, and then I want you to watch this. In your life, did you ever think that you would see eggs floating around in a cast iron pan with no butter, no fat, no oil, just like your copper or your aluminum non-stick pans that you have? But the difference here is this is real cast iron. This is the meals that you remember from Sunday morning dinner and Sunday evening dinner. And no more, you guys, is this reserved for just the big proteins. Because here's the problem, right? When we all switched to that non-stick cookware in the early 80s and we kind of let the cast iron aside, even though we knew the results were better, look what we got rid of. And look what we gave up. That's what we gave up. There isn't a glass bottom non-stick pan on the planet that's going to give you a 1/16 of an inch crust like that on your steak. So here's what we're going to do, okay? First things first, the cleanup is super easy. So in our first pan, I'm just going to give that a wipe so we're ready to go here in a second. And then in our steak pan, and this is what I love, when you cook with cast iron, because of the way it's built, because of the surface that it creates when they smash the mold away, all of these little bits that you miss on a normal non-stick pan are in there. So that's what you want to use to make your soups and your stocks, your sauces and things like that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make one of the best steaks you're going to make out there. And listen, you can Google this, and they always tell you, start with a heavy cast iron pan. So that's what we've started with. Now, you don't have to use butter, fats, and oils. I ain't going to stop you. When it comes time to make that great steak, go ahead and butter it up, and then go ahead and garlic it up. And I've always said, you know, if you're not a big fan of garlic and onions, we probably can't be friends. So now we're going to go ahead, and we're going to let these onions kind of sit over top and let them get nice and steamy on that steak while it finishes up. And then we're going to finish it off, make a nice steak sauce, and get to it in just a minute. But while we're at it, let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that maybe, you know, we're missing right now, and that those incredible going out experiences, sitting down at a table and ordering food that you wouldn't normally make at home because maybe you don't have the time to get into learning how to use it or anything like that. But watch this. You want to see the best thing in the world for getting your proteins ready before we talk about all these great colors and all the really cool things about this pan. Have a look at the way the chicken slides around with no butter, no fat, no oil. And yes, this is, Alyce, non-stick cast iron. I love it.
It is the real deal. It is the real deal, beginning with the fact that it is the real cast iron. You know, there's some different types out there. This is, I'm telling you, you will lift it up, you'll go, yeah, that's the pan that I remember growing up with. That's the pan my grandmother cooked with, my grandfather cooked with. There's a reason why people love and have cooked for generations, decades with cast iron. It just heats up better. But then to get the non-stick, look at this surface on there. Non-stick cast iron. It is an amazing pan. It is a beautiful pan. Look at the depth of it. It is the perfect pan, 10-inch in terms of your diameter. Pour spouts on the side. I love that it has a little helper handle here, so when you go to lift things off, then you then take it right to the table, as you should. You're gonna love it. Red selling the fastest right now. I will tell you, we have sold tens of thousands of these. At $29.95, people are coming back for another one. They really are. If you want a couple of these, I would do it now because we are down into our final quantities of these. $29.95, 3 flex payments available, so the red is available. This is gonna be your blue. It pulls purple, okay? So just know that there's a lot of purple in that blue. Teal is the most limited right now. We also have it in the taupe, which happens to be one of my favorite colors. I love that neutral. Silver gray, and then your classic black. $29.95, a half price sale. A half price sale. And Mark, we always talk about this. Oh, and by the way, did I mention you're getting a trivet included? A beautiful wooden trivet. If you went to the stores, right, and just bought a trivet, a wooden trivet, what would you pay for that? And would it be, look at this, magnetized, because there's a magnet. So now, when I go to take it to the table, I can put it right down, right on the table, because it has its own trivet. This thing is awesome, but at $29.95, it is a half price sale. And I went to, I'm trying to remember where it was. It was a place downtown, St. Pete the other night. And on the menu, it said, cast iron ribeye steak. They
Absolutely.
advertise that their
They
steaks,
advertise it.
chicken, things are cooked in cast iron because it performs differently than traditional cookware.
Exactly, and you're gonna get those professional results at home. So I'm finishing up my garlic and my chicken for my chicken farfalle dish here. Have you ever been to that place that has the cheesecake, you know, the big cafe thing going on there? This is one of their signature $17.95 dishes, and we're gonna make it for you just like that. But while that's doing its thing, let me remind you, this is cast iron. This was born and bred to go in incredible heat, and that's what we're gonna start to do here. We're gonna go in some incredible heat. Now, you mentioned that trivet. If I was to take this and put this on something that would get me in a lot of trouble with my wife/camera lady there, then I want to make sure that I put that trivet on the bottom. So when I do take it and put it on the counter or the table, or I want to take things table side, that's definitely the way to go. And it is magnetized, so it just stays right on there. Now have a look here. You want to talk non-stick and you want to talk great results, have a look here. I mean, this does not stick to the pan. You can see this. This is milk and cheese, and you can see how it's running all around there. In fact, let me go ahead and show you. If you want to have some fun with the presentation of your mac and cheese, go ahead, make sure you got the right pan, and just give that a little turn. And now let that spread out. It's such a fun way to do it. The edges are nice and crispy. And then to finish it all up, oh, look at it, ooey, gooey, perfect, steamy. We're gonna add a little bit of bacon on there. And when you want to see the cleanup, and this is what I love, Alice, have a look here. This is a cast iron pan that you're watching me simply wipe out. And by the way, if this is too much work, then put it in the dishwasher or go ahead and leave it in the sink. That's real, you guys. That's cast iron that I'm wiping out with a cloth. Alice, to have that kind of performance in a pan made of cast iron that performs like it was a traditional nonstick, not only is that unheard of, not only did we launch that for the first time here last year to incredible reviews and success, but all you got to do, read those customer reviews, have a quick peek, and you're going to see how much people love this pan. So I've got my garlic, I've got my onions, and then I've got some fantastic little burnt bits at the bottom that we're just going to let sit there for just a second, turn it down, give this a toss. Even though we left that chicken in there for a while, it's not burning, it's not sticking. I absolutely love that. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and do something that makes every grandmother in the country gasp. They go. I go ahead and I put red wine right in a cast iron pan. Now, if you grew up with cast iron and you ever tried that stunt, grandma, mom, dad, they had a fit because that tore the seasoning right off the pan. And then if you didn't get it with the wine, go ahead and get it with the cream. We're actually making a really nice steak sauce here. It's a pepper sauce, so use lots of it. And go ahead and give that a quick stir. We're gonna let that render down for just a second and pour that over our steak. And while we do that, remember, you're doing all of these dishes that they're doing in those great, big, fancy restaurants that we would spend so much time and money in. These dishes are easy to do. They're easy to create. They're fun to cook with. And the fact now is you've got cookware that's the kind of cookware that gives you the same results as these restaurants are giving you. That gives you the same unbelievable chops and steaks and chicken. You said yourself, they're advertising this, you guys. They're not advertising the food. They're advertising the cookware that they cook it in. So go ahead and have a good time with this. And this is the quintessential 10-inch pan. That means that you've got enough there for the entire family. Now, I want you to have a look at that. $17.95 at that famous little cafe. You can do it yourself in minutes. And when it comes time to clean up, and this is what I love, we're a little space back here. Grab that cloth. You ready for this? Yeah, that's cast iron, you guys. And before we walk away here for a second, let me just show you our steak, which is just fantastic here. And as I pour this on the cutting board, here's what I want you to see. Watch it tear off the back of that pan. Do you see that?
Yeah.
That's the kind of results that you get from copper. That's the kind of results that you get from typical nonstick. You don't get this from cast iron.
No.
But you do now.
You don't
Look
get
at
it
that,
from
Alice.
high-performance pans like that. You just don't. There is a reason why they put it on the menu. This was cooked in a cast iron pan. There is a reason why. It's because you can start with the greatest ingredients in the world, like a fabulous, beautiful aged steak, and then you can't get your pan hot enough. You're never gonna get that sear. You're never gonna get that caramelization. This is your time to do it. Listen, we are so busy with this. HSN.com, great way to order the HSN app if you can. if you want a couple of these, get it now. It is basically a buy one, get one free because it's on a half price sale. So the color choices, again, the red, still selling the fastest right now. We have it in the blue, we have teal. This is gonna be your blush, silver gray, and then your classic black. You know, I'm telling you, these are the pans you will go to, and now you're gonna go to them, not only because of the high performance, but because they're so easy to clean up. You know, how often do we reach for the nonstick pan because it's like, oh, yay, because I can just wipe it out, I can clean it so fast. Now you're gonna be able to do that with your highest performance pan, cast iron, and you know how much cast iron can cost, you know what they can charge and get for cast iron. This is awesome. It is that 10-inch perfect size, not too big, not too small. Pour spouts on either side, your buffet handle, so you can pick it up, take it right to the table with a trivet included for $29.95. Put it on 3 flex payments. We encourage that because why not? Why not split it up on your credit card? Absolutely do that. But know that we have sold tens of thousands of these and we are getting into our final quantities now. So this is a great time for you to make a choice, especially as we come into summer, especially as we're starting to use our grills again and get outside and have these fabulous meals. And Mark, my daughter is going to try to make paella on Monday. What pan do you think she's gonna use?
Right? The one that's gonna help her clean up when she's done. That's the pan, that's the pan I reach for.
No, she's a teenager.
Hello. Guys, watch this. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put some cheese right in the bottom of this pan. That's something you really shouldn't do at the best of times unless you wanna spend the afternoon cleaning this out. But I'm gonna show you how to make a fun little dish. It's quick and easy. And again, you know, when it comes time to doing stuff at home, cooking things at home, we're going to head out here to one of my favorite machines. This is the pan to work with you guys because you've seen it work on induction so far, gas. You've seen it work on our outdoor thing. Well, how about where cast iron was born and bred, man? And that's fire. Cast iron's over 3,000 years old. And it was designed first and foremost to work over fire and coals. And that's what we've got here, up to 500 degrees and more, you guys. And I want you to watch what I'm going to do here. This is salmon, no lie. No oil, no butter, no fat in a cast iron pan. That's against the rules, period. Let's go ahead and let that lemon start to seep in there for just a little bit. We're gonna add some tomatoes and veggies here in just a second. But just so you guys know, the versatility of this pan, the way that you're gonna be able to create with it is just out of this world. That white wine is just gonna give that a little kiss of sweetness while the salmon gets firmed up here. Come on over, our cheese is already melted. This is super fun. So here's what you're gonna do here, okay? Once you get your cheese in the pan and you get it melted, go ahead and grab like a 75-cent chimichanga. You know, the ones you throw in the microwave and forget about it and never think about it? Well, here, with about a half a cup of cheese and the right pan and a fun idea, you can take that kind of boring, mundane dish and make it super fun, super fast, super easy, and almost nothing to clean. Look at that, the cheese is just, we'll pour the cheese out on it later. Now watch what we're gonna do here. Let's go ahead and take just a little bit of our marinara sauce, just like that. We've got a little green on top, and you can go ahead and spend 75 cents on chimichanga, or add a tiny bit of cheese, a little bit of tomatoes, and a bit of a drizzle. And all of a sudden, you're $13.95 at your favorite restaurant with a pan that if you forget the cheese in there, well, it'll just slide right out on top. How do you like that?
Yeah. Now you're just showing off. Okay, you're just showing off.
Right.
Because
you don't want to set the pan, I love it. And if you don't want to set the pan down on something hot that's going to ruin anything, well, there's that trivet.
Yeah.
It's magnetic. It's going to come with you, and it's going to set right there. So, Alyce, before I check my fish again, because I know there's a real neat surprise in the oven here. Well, at home, it's going to be your oven. Out here, I'm feeding my bull. So come on and have a look. I love this one. This is just such a cool dish. This is called a Dutch baby. And you want a pan that's going to really cook and bake evenly, all the way up the sides and all the way along the bottom. Because the magic in this is when you take it out of the pan. Look at that. Light, airy, burning the bejeebas out of my finger, but well worth the shot. There's no cleanup because it's nonstick. And with something like this on a Sunday morning, you want fast and easy, a few berries, just like that. We'll give it a little shaky, and some syrup. And again, with the right tools, incredible results, beautiful dishes, and meals your family talks about, because I'll tell you something, this is the cookware you're gonna use. When you're done with it, this is what you pass down to the kids.
Absolutely.
This is cast iron, you guys.
And you know what? The kids will so appreciate the fact that this is non-stick, okay? Because we really have, we become accustomed to the quick and easy cleanup. We love our non-stick pans. Why do I have to give up performance? I can get the best of both worlds now. Listen, over how many ordered in this presentation? 1,100 ordered in this presentation alone. If you want it in the teal, we are getting very limited in that now. 300 left now in the, this is the teal right here. So if you want it in the teal, red's still selling the fastest along with the black. And then you have the blue, you also have that blush, and you have that silver gray. Listen, for this kind of value, for this kind of quality, we're still today, and I think tomorrow, we're still doing our extended return policy of 90 days. Get it home and cook up all your summer favorites. You can do all of that. The trivet is included, a wooden trivet that is magnetized. I think it's so clever that I don't have to, you know, carry this separately, just attach it and you're good to go anywhere you want to go. And how wonderful to be able to get it home today for $10 on your credit card. So make sure you don't miss out on this, especially when we're doing a half price sale on truly something that you will use constantly. You will find that you will go to this for your eggs in the morning, which is, Mark, almost unheard of, right? To think about cooking your eggs in the morning in cast iron, because then it's like, oh, then I'm gonna have to clean it. Non-stick.
Exactly. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. And if you're looking for those experiences, have a look here. There's that fish. It's gorgeous. We're gonna add a few of our veggies there. The tomatoes are gonna blister and pop. We grilled the lemons. And just like they do at those fancy restaurants, let's give it a show. Guys, if you ordered these, have fun with them. Share what you cook with them, share what you create, and Lily, let's take care of each other, get through all this, and you know, be safe and have some fun doing it. You are absolutely gonna love these pans, man. I love cooking with these. I know you're gonna too.
Absolutely. Party at Mark Gill's place later, okay?
Yes, everyone's invited.
I want to tour that whole little barbecue paradise back there. This place is awesome. Stay in the ordering process for this. I know we're very busy and a little bit of a hold going on, so hsn.com, great way to order HSN app as well. Okay, again, very limited if you wanted that in the turquoise. And in case you missed it, something else that is very limited is our price on our Dyson V8. This is expiring, I think, at midnight tonight. Hey, Cal, is the Dyson price expiring at midnight tonight? That's what I thought.
Until midnight.
Okay, at midnight, this price, this sale price will go away. It goes up $100. We only have one color left, which is our favorite, the purple. That's so fun. But this is that cordless vacuum that will run, I think it's like 40 minutes. 40 minutes of power, full on upright power. And I don't mean upright power like a traditional vacuum cleaner. I mean like Dyson power, like a Dyson upright. You get the power you want, you get the versatility, the reach. It is so lightweight. I think it weighs something like 5 pounds or something crazy like that. Amazing. But you will love owning this. But again, last chance in case you missed it this week. Pricing on this will end today. And we have something special now, because those temperatures are going up and we want to keep nice and cool and keep that sun off of our face. This is the perfect way to do it. This is called an Arctic hat. It's a unisex hat. Men, women can wear it. But you can choose if you want the cap or if you want the hat. And there's the hat. It's got a nice big brim. You can cinch it up too. You can even cinch it in the back, which I like in case you have a little bit smaller or bigger head. And like I said, guys wear it, girls wear it. $19.95. If you just buy a regular cap out there, what would you pay? But wait till you hear the features that make this so different. $19.95, 3 flex payments. I have Yvette Lopez joining me to tell us more about what makes this hat so special. And you know, everything about it is so thoughtfully designed, right down to, I love that, I call it air conditioning because it's got little vents right up here.
You got it, Alyce. You sure do. That's a ventilated panel that you're talking about. The material actually has the technology built right into it. So not only do you have a very comfortable, lightweight, high-performance material with ventilation that gives you airflow, but then the technology that you have on the top of the hat is a reflective barrier. And that reflective barrier, it's an advanced reflective barrier. It's going to reflect 99% of the sun's UV rays. That's huge. If you can think about like the shade that we would put over our car's dash, it reflects those rays. Therefore, they're not going to make you hot and also be harmful to your skin. But then the technology goes even further, and in the lining inside, which you can show there, there's a blue lining inside, and that's called an evaporative cooling liner. This is patented technology, and with this liner, the second actually, it gets wet, it cools instantly. But what's impressive about it is not only does it cool instantly, but because of the hydro chill technology, the water molecules gradually evaporate. Because of that gradual evaporation, that's what's going to keep you cool continuously for hours. So not only does it look great, it's comfortable, it's, like you said, it's adjustable, but it has the technology that really is going to make a difference. This is just not one of those hats you buy and put on for a little bit of shade.
Right, it really is. There's so much technology in this hat. For $19.95, it's really almost hard to believe that you're able to get this kind of technology. So you're looking right now at the cooling technology. This is gonna work for you those hot days. It's gonna help keep you cool. It's so interesting. We've been spending a lot of time on the boat, and everybody has those vintage shirts. Those things are crazy expensive when you go to a marine store and buy them, but there's a reason why people pony up and pay for them. You have that vented technology, but then on top of that, you have the cooling technology as well. So you have all of that, and you get to decide if you want the one with the wide brim or the cap. Both are available, both are adjustable, so either one you want, but this is a hat that is gonna work for you, that you'll be so happy. I love that wide brim. I love that it blocks the sun and gives me, again, that evaporative technology. That means it's gonna stay nice and cool. And we have a heat lamp on right up here. So if I actually take the temperature right here of the heat lamp, which you're looking at 721 degrees, right? And then right under here, where you can see the heat lamp is right at 76 degrees, okay? That's the difference, okay? 700 degrees here, 70 degrees under here. That's why this has become one of our best sellers. I will tell you, the hat will be the first to sell out. The cap is most limited, but the hat is selling like 2 times faster because you love the wide brim. And Yvette, if you could go through those features again for us, because frankly, I like just the way it looks. I think it's a really good looking hat. It's the way that it's created. But I love the features, for example, the ability to cinch it up right here. How nice is that to be able to cinch it up there and under my chin?
Absolutely. They thought about everything. First of all, they gave you a very neutral color, the khaki, so it's going to go with everything. And then the cap has the adjustable little strap on the back, and then the hat has that toggle. So again, it's going to fit whatever size. And I love the drawstring because if you are wearing it at the beach, on the water, in a boat, you can tighten it up so if wind comes by, it's going to stay on your head. This is really easy and portable. And remember, so the minute it gets wet, and you can actually intentionally get it wet, you know, if you're on the water, you can dunk it in the water, put it on your head. Or if you're just out maybe biking or working in the yard and you perspire a little bit from your head, again, it's going to instantly cool you. So you're going to be instantly, it feels like a little air conditioner on your head. Really, it's crazy because you really can feel it. And listen, my husband who has bought, he's a golfer, he's bought plenty of those expensive hats that do nothing. This is the hat he golfs with because he says, I can't believe I can actually feel the difference. And you really can, and it's affordable. And I don't know about you, I've been spending more time in my yard trying to plant gardens and grow vegetables than I ever have before. And having a hat like this on, especially like you mentioned, the wide brim one, it really covers your neck and even a piece of your shoulders. I mean, it is really nice.
It is. It's a really beautiful hat. and you can spend 2 times this amount on just those straw hats that are just floppy hats that really don't give you that coverage, that don't give you this kind of cooling technology. It is all thought through so beautifully with the evaporative technology on the inside, the adjustability. You can choose either one. It's going to be $19.95, so 3 flex payments available on that. And get it home and try it for yourself. I think you'll love it. Yvette, thank you so much. So important to get that blockage from the sun and to keep it nice and cool. Thank you for being with us.
Stay safe and stay cool.
Absolutely. And you know what? One way we're going to stay cool in our cars is what Callie has coming up, because we may need shade for our face, but we also need it for our cars. That looks good on you.
Thanks, Alyce.
Love that.
Well, it is so scorching hot out here, but this is certainly going to help, and so are these. This is the Solar Guard. These are an amazing shader for the inside of your vehicles, basically. We've got both the standard size or the extra large. We've got 3 different colors, silver, gold, and rose. Does not matter what color you're getting, because what it's going to do is really what's important. It's got, watch this, first of all, so easy to install. And you know what? Everything about this is going to keep the inside of that temperature, or the inside of your vehicle, so much more comfortable. It's scary how hot it gets inside of your vehicle. And you know what? The truth is, it's obviously a nuisance, but it's also really a danger. So we are here to offer, with a full year warranty, something that can help keep your vehicle up to 55% cooler. And it's got little security panels, so it'll hold the wind right onto your windshield, even on a windy day, eliminate theft and that sort of thing. But what it's going to do is give you the most comfortable environment. It's going to be a hot summer. It's already scorching with the humidity off the charts. But we're going to go ahead and share with you how to use it. We've got a vehicle here in the back of our studios. We've also got Linda Lyday joining us via Skype to show us how to use it, because it could be done on a vehicle of any kind, any size, from the extra large, you know, the big SUVs, to something small and more compact. Linda, thank you for joining us. I don't know if it's hot where you are, but it is scorching here.
Yeah, it's really hot where I am. Hi, Callie, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. Listen, I just wanted to show you guys that I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee, right? And this is the extra large. My truck here is right in between the standard and the extra large. So let's talk about what the Solar Guard does, because let me tell you something. How many of you guys out there put this on the inside of your window? Or maybe you have one of these things, and then trying to get these put back together, you're like, you know, you bang yourself in your face trying to put it together because you have to fold it up. Here's the deal. This is the way the sun works. The moment that it hits your windshield, if you don't have anything protecting your windshield, guess what? It turns your car into an oven. We all know that, right? How many times in the summer have we gone inside our car and then all of a sudden we come outside because the back of our legs hurt because we have a shorts or skirt or a dress on? Same thing with guys. Your puppy dog might feel the same way. Here's the deal. Solar Guard protects your car at the point of contact. The windshield is going to keep your car 55% cooler than if you didn't have anything at all. Now, let me point out to some features here. This here is the Fit Fast system. Now, notice how you have different cutouts. You have the different cutouts so that you can go, depending on your truck or car or whatever, it's going to fit around easily your side mirrors, and you do that on each side. Then you have the security tab. All the security tab does is you open your car, you put the security tab in, and guess what? I can't take this off. So if somebody really liked your Solar Guard, they can't take it off. Or if you have a huge storm and the wind comes through, it can't take off your Solar Guard. But think about this. Your car can heat up 40 degrees in 1 hour. Now, this is going to also protect the inside of your car, your console, your seats. It's going to block 99% of those UV rays. And I think we have a side-by-side comparison in 1 hour what happens in the sun.
Let's take a look. It is shocking how quickly your vehicle can get dangerously hot. Let's talk this through.
Yep. Okay, so here it is. You have an hour at 70 degrees out, right? One car has the solar guard on it and the other one doesn't. Now at 70-degree temperature outside, look what the sun does inside your vehicle. It will bring it up to almost 40 degrees. And
Wow.
look at that, look at how much cooler, 55% cooler in just 1 hour. And I don't know about you, Callie, but I have to say, I mean, here in Florida, it is so blazing hot. Arizona, California, New York in the summer. We all know that. We all know that heat. Look how easy this is. Now, I want to point out, too, I just bought really fancy wiper blades, as if there are any. Basically, what that means is that they're very expensive and they're supposed to last for a long time. The Solar Guard now has this nice scoop down apron, so that when I put it on, it's also going to protect my wiper blades, because what breaks down the wiper blades? Well, in the wintertime, it's that salt, right? But in the summertime, it is that sun. So now I have this. And what I love about this, I'm kind of a stickler for a clean one, especially anytime I go on a trip or something, just to the store. I like a clean windshield. So that's what also you're going to be able to get too. Because, you know, Callie, we had some major pollen here in Florida, right?
That's a good point.
And the pine sap, if you're up in Georgia, North Carolina, and some of the other, you know, areas throughout the country that has pine trees, you know that you're getting clobbered with all that pine sap and pine pollen that's coming down. Think about this. When you come out to your car, boom, it all goes away, and now you have a nice crystal clear windshield, you know, on top of keeping the car cooler.
Yeah. In fact, we did some testing here as well, Linda. It's interesting. We put 2 papers in the vehicle, and within a couple of hours, we had them both on the dashboard, one with the Solar Guard, one without, and one paper turned completely yellow. Look at the difference. And this was within a couple of hours, just to show you how scorching hot the inside of a vehicle really can be. I also was noticing too, I mean, we took a bright flashlight and tried to, you know, push it through to see if anything came through. It literally did not, we couldn't see any light whatsoever. So this reflective material really is heavy duty. I want to give everybody an update on colors, because these are selling very, very quickly. This is probably the best money you can spend all summer. It's a $20 bill. Only airing all day. Silver is most popular, but we do have gold or rose gold as well. Just so you know, the standard is 59 inches at the bottom and 43 at the top, 41 inches in its height. So that, and I know you said you've got the extra large on your Jeep Cherokee. The extra large is 70 inches at the bottom, 52.5 on the top, 41 in the height. And here's a quick recommendation for vehicles and which size to get. So from your compacts to your sedans, all the way to your bigger trucks, these are going to work. And I'm so glad you went through the difference of what most people do on the inside. Those little rolled up things that I'm sure they do an okay job, but this just does a better job because it is on the outside, getting that heat on contact to reflect the other direction, not go inside the car.
That's exactly right. So if you're just tuning in, you know, if you have your accordion, that's, you know, it's the reflective accordion, you know what happens, right? First of all, it's very cumbersome to put in. If you have this one, that, you know, it springs open and smacks you in the face, and then it's like, you know, you have to be a genius to put it back together. You know that this is just annoying, right? But the problem is, whether you use either one of those, the sun is already starting to turn your car into an oven because it's hitting the windshield. With Solar Guard, you're protecting it at the point of contact. 55% cooler. You have the spit fast system. It doesn't matter what size car you have or your side mirror. And then you have the security tabs. It's going to keep your car so much cooler, and it's also going to cut out 99% of the UV rays. And why is that? Because you are literally protecting the windshield. No longer an oven, Callie.
I tell you what, it not only protects, you know, you from the heat of an interior temperature, but even if you've got, you know, whether it's leather or cloth seats, you know, the sun, the damaging rays of the sun, we showed you here how it turned one paper yellow, the other paper with the Solar Guard, both on the dashboards for the same amount of time, and you can see what it did. So Linda, thank you for joining us today. What an awesome item. I'm so happy to have this here. Be well, my friend. I can't wait to see you in person.
Thank you. That hat looks great on you, by the way.
Thank you. Well, it's actually working because it is a hot, hot day out here, and all this reflective properties really is helping keep me much cooler. So again, gold, rose gold or silver, all extremely popular. It's $696,426, under a $20 bill. Flex pay as well. You've got all summer to enjoy it. One more great item to round out Saturday mornings.
What happens every night at midnight? We launch our very best value of the day.
Definitely the Today Special always got me excited because it's always at a great value.
I definitely watch for the Today Special at midnight. Whether or not I need it, just want it.
And this is the one that you've been waiting for.
The Today Special is very tempting to shop.
I'd pop in online just about every day.
I know it's a good value.
It's our top selling Today Special ever.
It gives me that extra push. You know, it's a no-brainer.
I found it in Peru, China, Morocco, an amethyst mine in the middle of nowhere. Every day's a new adventure. We go right to the mines. You can actually show people, okay, this is how it all starts. And every rough material you get is like opening a Christmas present. You're able to sculpt it, make it into something that's really unique, very special, very limited. And I think that that's what people love. They know the history of it.
Well, happy Saturday morning to you. This is HSN, and our final item in this morning's show. You know what? We all need an essential hose, but we don't want a hose that cracks, that corrodes, that dries up, that becomes a coiled mess. We want a hose that we know is always going to be functional, and that's why we have the Bionic hose available for you in either the black or the blue, both choices, and it does come with this wonderful nozzle that gives you 7 different functionalities. These are here at $24.95. We've also got them on, 3 flex, so you've got the clearance price for you. Normally these are about $42 hoses. Oh, and we've got all lengths in stock, from 50 feet to 75 feet, all the way to 100 feet. We never keep that 100 or 75 footer in stock. It sells out. I say get the bigger one, because to my knowledge, it's the same price no matter which size. We'll double check on that, but in the meantime, we are here to talk about why this Bionic hose has the name that it does, because you know what? It's not gonna corrode, it's not gonna kink, it's not gonna break, it's not gonna dry and crack up, and it's gonna give you a forceful spray. Lou Caputo is joining us on Skype. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Yeah, I'll tell you what, this hose is amazing, because remember we had the metal hose before, and that's awesome. But this guy right here, this special material that this is made out of, it's modeled after a firefighter's hose, which makes this so interesting, because when it is compacted down, it actually flattens out, just like they do in the back of a fire truck. But when you fill it with water, as you can see, it rounds out, and it's actually an 1.25 inch hose. Now, this is made out of a special material called MXZ7, okay? And that basically means it's incredibly lightweight, but it's very, very tough. It's very, very durable. It's heat resistant. It's cold resistant, so you don't need to worry about leaving this out in the wintertime. One of my favorite features, Callie, of the whole thing is the handle. I know that sounds crazy, but I always have a hard time with hoses when you're trying to put it onto the hose bib or trying to attach a nozzle to it, and sometimes it's just very tough. It's like you have arthritis in your fingers or limited mobility. This has this huge plastic handle built in, so I don't care what kind of mobility you've got with your hands, you can get in here and grip this, and it just gives you an amazing grasp on the hose. Have you picked the one up that you've got there, Callie? Because I can't see you right now.
Let's see, I've got 2 of them. Let's see. I'm having some static in my IFB, Lou, so if I don't respond appropriately, let me know. What did you ask me to demo?
Oh, I know. I just asked you, have you lifted up the hoses? Have you seen how light they are?
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. And look at how little they are in comparison to those big plastic hoses that are like, and they're such a nightmare. I mean, that is just so old-fashioned.
Yes.
You're right, very lightweight. And once you start the pressure of the water coming through, they fill up, and then you get to really enjoy all the different spray nozzles, whether it's a light sprinkling on your plants, or if it's gonna hose, like even hosing down the boat or washing a vehicle, all the things that hoses, you know, are needed for.
Yeah, well, and take a look at this. I've actually got a comparison here. We've got 125 feet, because at one time we did have that length, that sold out immediately, of the Bionic Force hose right here. And then we've also got 125 feet of a standard rubber hose here. And as you can see between the two weights on these, and Kelly, I can't see them, so I'm not going to say them individually, but when you look at these, I mean, it's almost 3 times lighter when you're talking about the Bionic Force hose, almost 3 times lighter. So think about once you fill that with water, how much that's going to weigh. But I want to show you something else. I'm going to grab this bucket down here. Now, this is a standard bucket that anybody would use to wash their car or boat. I've got over 100 feet of hose inside of this with the nozzle, and it all fits inside of this. So if you're one of the folks out there that has a boat or an RV, or maybe you live in an apartment or a condo, and all this time you've been living with 25 feet of hose because that's all that you could, store, now you can have 100 feet of hose in a bucket just like this. No matter where, keep it in the trunk of your car, it doesn't matter, but you're always going to have that room. Now, Callie, you know that a rubber hose can be a bear to deal with, right?
Gosh, they are a nightmare. I haven't owned a rubber hose in years.
Well, I've got one right here, and I just want you to look at the difference. Now, this isn't even probably 20 feet of rubber hose, and this is old and it's nasty, as you can see. Compare that to the 100 feet that I've got in this bucket. There's no way that this hose is going in this bucket. And, this thing has got a memory on it. Look at that. It's like a Slinky right now because it's got a memory. That's what happens with rubber hoses, that over time it develops a memory. That's not going to happen with the Bionic Force hose. It's always going to remain supple. And there's one other thing about this hose. I'm going to pick this guy up right here. This hose is almost slick feeling. So when you drag it across surfaces, it's not going to be getting friction. So it's not going to be grabbing onto things. Like I drag it across my wood deck here, pavers, concrete, wire fences. It doesn't matter. The hose just glides along. Then the other thing to consider too is this: you're getting a free nozzle with this, and I absolutely love this nozzle. If you look, I'm going to shoot it back this way because the distance. I mean, remember, this is an 1.25 inch hose you're getting here, even though it does go flat. Look at how far you can shoot that. And then you've got all the settings on this. Even the light one for watering the flowers here. We've got that nice shower. You've got a flat spray. You've got the center spray. You've got the cone. We've got the full spray. That's a lot of water coming out right there. The mister for gentle things. And then, of course, that powerful jet. So you're getting a whole lot here. It just doesn't weigh a lot, and it's not going to take up a lot of space.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my favorite thing. And as I thought, 100 feet is selling the fastest. There is no question about it. It's a hard length to find, and I'm all about get it as long as you can because there is nothing worse. And I feel this way because when I have to hose down the boat when we get back, it's like I need that extra feet, footage. So you've got the choice of a 50, a 75, or 100 foot, ladies and gentlemen, in your choice of the red, the blue, or the black. Now, if we wanted to, could we connect these, Lou, and put them together and create either 100 or 200 feet?
Absolutely, yeah. You can, any length you want. You can connect any of these lengths together. They'll all work together. And the nice thing is that if you're one of those people that up till now, 25 feet, 50 feet was the absolute most that you could have, you know what? You could go 100. You could go 200. I want to show you something crazy. Look inside of this terracotta flower pot that I've got right here. This is actually 100 feet of hose. I have got room in this easily to put in another, maybe another 100 or another 200 feet in this.
You do.
So if somebody that lives in, if you live in a condo or someplace where they have a homeowners association, they say, you know what? No hose reels. You can't have a hose visible. This is a really elegant solution, I think, to be able to store that. But again, it just shows you that you can have a lot more hose than you're typically used to. Connect as many together as you want.
That's so cool. I'm so glad to hear it. And you can do these on a flex pay, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, first of all, they're all on clearance, so you're saving that. I know I've seen nozzles alone sell for 25 bucks. The nozzle is included. You can do a 50, a 75, or a 100-foot hose that doesn't, by the way, corrode. It doesn't kink.
Nope.
You're right about how old rubber hoses have memory, and boy, once you get those coiled wrong, they are never coming back to a good place for you. I hate the fact that those rubber hoses do catch on rocks. I had the same experience in my backyard when I had to go down. I have one plant on my dock that I gave to my mom, and it's the only thing I have left of her. And so I keep very, very good care of it. But now you don't have to deal with any of the frustrations that old-fashioned, I'm going to call them old-fashioned hoses. They're heavy.
Yeah,
they take a ton of space. If you are limited in space, this is absolutely ideal. And I say that to anybody with RVs, with campers, with boats, with small spaces, maybe maybe a little balcony and you aren't allowed to have hoses exposed, you can tuck these away. I mean, when there's not water flowing through them, look, I could put a 100-foot hose right here underneath my arm. It's like, it's crazy how small they are.
Yeah.
And this material is fantastic too, smooth. And let's talk about it, because this is durable like nobody's business.
Yeah, well, it's that MXZ7. You know, it's something that they only have in the Bionic Force hose, and it allows it to compact down and get perfectly flat like this when there's no water in it, but then it clumps up like this when the water gets in there. There's actually a traditional rubber hose inside of this, and then it's covered with that lightweight but durable material on the outside. And as I said earlier, it gives it less friction. But what I love about this is sometimes when you get a compact hose, they don't have the water pressure. They don't have the force. I've actually got a wind vane here behind me. It's kind of funny because I just started spraying this while you were talking. Watch this. There's enough force coming out of this that it easily drives these like they're the propellers on a boat. Look at the way it does that. I mean, it's actually wobbling it back and forth. It's coming out so fast. And it's because this hose is that same quality you're going to find in a firefighter's hose. That's what you're getting. It's that same technology, the same principles that they use. It's just better. You know, they made it a little bit better, a little something for you at home.
Yeah, it's so true. That's why it's our favorite item of the week. Honestly, my boyfriend is always laughing at me because I always have hoses on their way to us. I mean, especially for the boat, but I'm also a fanatic. I like to wash my own car at home. So I've got a spigot on the side of the house. I've got a spigot on the back side of the house. We all need multiple hoses. It's not just about having one hose these days. Although, if you want to get just one long one, or you want to get a couple smaller ones, they all do connect together. I'm told that the 50-foot in blue is the most limited. Most popular is the 100-foot in the blue. We do have both black and blue. You can get the matching nozzle. Let's talk a little bit about the fittings and the couplings here, Lou, because these won't corrode either. That's a big deal.
Well, not just that, but when I was showing you the handle on the end of this before, I was talking about the handle from the aspect of it's really easy for you to get a lot of torque when you're attaching it either to a spigot or putting an attachment on the end of this. By the way, you could use this with pressure washers or any other devices that you want to use, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. But the other thing is talking about strength. You can exert over 100 pounds of pulling force on the end of this. I could basically hang from this almost, and you can just pull on this, and it's not going to break. And I've seen rubber hoses actually come right off, especially when they get old, Callie, because, you know, like a rubber hose, when it starts to get that memory, like I was showing you the one that I've got down here. Let me pick this guy up again. I mean, this thing is gross, but it's got this horrible memory in it, and I can actually see spots in it where it's been bent, and it's starting to show cracks. It's starting to show stress.
They dry out.
That's never going to happen. Yeah, they dry out. I mean, it's basically dry rot is what it is. You know what I mean? Even if they're wet, it still gets that dry rot. But that's not going to happen when you've got your Bionic Force hose. You know, this one is going to be supple. It's going to always work. And again, you know, you don't have to worry about hot. You don't have to worry about cold. You can leave it outside in the wintertime because it is going to expand and contract. So, you know, I mean, really, it's the best of all worlds. And even the weight capacity that I showed you right here, the difference in weight, 3 times lighter than a traditional hose of the same length. That's crazy.
I know. I tell you, there's a lot of ways to make this summer more tolerable. One is the Arctic hats that we were offering a few moments ago. We've got the wide brim that I'm wearing, or we've got the baseball cap. Lou, you need to get these. I'm shocked, actually, because being outside in Florida during these segments is horrible because it is so hot and so humid. I feel more comfortable than I've ever felt being in an outdoor set. So with the temperatures rising, and I know Phoenix last week was already over 100 degrees, it's going to be one of those summers. And everything about this segment is about the essentials. Having a great hose that doesn't kink, that doesn't, you know, fight with you, that doesn't crack. Having a hose that takes up this much room, that is this lightweight, whether it's the 50-foot you're getting or the 75-foot or the big 100-foot, which is finally back in stock, do it today. They're on clearance. This is like probably the last hose you will ever need to buy. They won't dry rot over the course of the summer. And I love what you said, even in the winter, if you do end up forgetting it outside, it's not gonna freeze and then break on you in the springtime. So I know we've been busy on this. I know for both the Arctic hat and that solar guard for the cars to keep the temperature inside your vehicles lower. I'll remind you how you can get that as well. The solar guard we had in silver, rose gold, and the gold. So brilliant products to help us enjoy a great summer. The essentials, and that's what we're all about. Alyce and I are big fans of a great quality hose because how many have we had together for the boat?
We've gone through so many because they go so fast, you know, in the sun, it just completely wrecks them.
Do you like my hat?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I was going to give you a little splash.
Well, Lou, thank you for joining us. So nice of you.
You're very welcome.
Great job.
Yep, my pleasure.
As always.
Thank you.
I know 600 plus gone. We are extremely busy. If you could use express ordering is the best way to get through.
How is that even possible, right? My purse weighs more than a 100-foot hose.
I know
right?
that for a fact.
Yes, you do.
We'll continue calling for all of these, outdoor items. The hats are awesome. The solar guard for the vehicles. The hose, definitely. I'll be off for the next week. I know you'll be with Debbie next weekend.
That's right. So I hope you'll be back here on Saturday morning, 10 to 12, and definitely just have a great weekend. Summer is here. It's time to enjoy being outside and with friends and
absolutely
and doing a little shopping, of course.
Thanks for spending time with us this Saturday morning. I know Colleen takes you shopping from here. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you back here in about 10 days.
Take care.
Small business anchors our communities. They are family, friends, neighbors. They are us. So in partnership with the NRF Foundation, HSN, QVC, and Zulily spotlight small businesses across the country by giving them a national stage to tell their story. On air, online, on our social channels and streaming services. It's time to let small business shine and celebrate their success. Small Business Spotlight, now on HSN, QVC, and Zulily until June 6th.
A fresh take on timeless classics. For all women, simple, easy, elegance.
Let's get it, let's get it!
Style that works today, every day. Vanessa.